Hi everyone, this is Aaron with Crypto Trends. Today is March 14th, 2019, talking about BullRun Prime Impetum 5. What is the primary impetus? This is the section 5 of the series. What do we have? Interesting, big, huge news. CBOE halts futures. There's panic in Wall Street. U.S. Congress, Thailand exchanges, Spain's largest stock exchange. Good stuff. So let's get to it. First off, please keep in mind that this is not financial advice, just my opinion. Alright, let me make sure that I'm streaming. Yeah, okay, it's good. So, lots of stuff here tonight. Let me go ahead and bring up the biggie right here. CBOE exchange puts brakes on Bitcoin future listing. That's right. CBO Future Exchange, CFE, is putting its Bitcoin futures market on hold. Okay, a link is below to this article. You can go ahead and read it, but that is basically it. The unit of the CBOE global market said the Thursday that it would not add any new Bitcoin futures market for March, citing a need to review how it approaches the space. Yeah. There is stuff going on, guys. There is stuff going on. Wall Street is panicking about crypto in general. What they're seeing is that they had the futures going, and it did not bring in the money that they thought it was going to be. You still have Binance kicking their hiney on this one. And what they want to do is they really want to, they want the money as well. But what they did is that they really messed things up for themselves. They saw a market. Well, let's go take a look at here while I explain this. Okay, we'll go over here to BTC USD. Just a real quick look. This is on the 4-hour candle on Bitfinex. But anyways, we see here on this upward trend line, it's just following this trend line to a T. And how I drew that is I took this point here. Let me do it again. You take that point here and you just kind of pivot it off. And I'm looking at this right in here. Okay, that right there. That's where I'm aiming, and so I stop it right there, getting it pretty close there. Look at that, boom. Okay, and then what happens? I was looking at that point and it projects out, and this thing is following it to a T. That is not natural, guys. Excuse me. Okay, so what is going on here? Why are we taking a look at this? Because we all know, let's go out here to the well, okay, that works now. Actually, let me go out to the day. So what is going on is that we all know that way back in here it hit almost 20,000, and this was manipulated up here, of course, and that's great, that's grand, that's wonderful. What they're doing is saying, oh, let's see how high this thing can go. Okay, great. Now let's see how low it can go. Okay, great. Let's bring it even lower. Okay, great. And what they did is that they brought it down so low is that what they realized is that they had to sell a lot of coin to get it down to this point. But really no one else was selling. These guys, they were accumulating all up in here, and so they had to dump their coins basically at a loss. I think that's just opinion, speculation, that they actually had to dump these coins here at a loss to force this down. They're not seeing any real ups and downs. They're just seeing people playing the market for minimal amounts. What they're thinking is that the people up here, they were just going to that was going to come back. But what they did is that they drove out a lot of the fanboys and the moon boys and stuff like that, which is fine, which is great to an extent. But what they did not, or also what they thought they were going to be able to do, is that they thought that they're going to get a lot more of the bitcoins from the people that purchased up here. They thought that these guys up here would sell them, and that's where they were wrong. They totally misjudged the sentiment and atmosphere in the market, and it is causing them panic, and they have to go to plan B or plan C or plan D, whatever. But they really did not take into consideration the drive behind Bitcoin and the whole crypto movement. They they just cannot understand it. It is a paradigm shift. It is beyond their comprehension, and so I'm thinking they're finally catching on, or at least have come to the they come to the conclusion that, hey, they need to step back and re-examine, reanalyze the situation here, because they were buying, I'm sure, to do this. I'm sure they purchased some, you can say that, where did they get this coin? Did they get it from OTC? Did they get it from these guys here? Did they get it from Mt. Gox, right? There's still that Mt. Gox that has a ton of coin. And they bought it, and they had to dump it down to get it to drop 50%. And more drops here, right? This is all controlled drops. To get it down here, and people are just not selling. All right, they basically had to sell their own coins, and their plan did not work out for them. So I think they're the coins that like Fidelity has. Yeah, they have the coins, and there's some others, but the ones that are kind of like behind this, their plan did not work. The futures work to an extent. You can also take a look at it from a different point of view, to where these guys are also gearing up, and I'm talking like, you can call them the cabal, the market makers, etc. You can look at the Fidelities of the world, where they are gearing up, and so Fidelity, $7 trillion Fidelity, is talking to the CBOE and said, hey guys, stop screwing with our golden egg. We're going to get in here, and we're going to make money on this thing, and we mean real money, not like you guys at the CBOE. CME, little different story, right? But man, these guys, the Wall Street is in a panic, because what you're doing, you're having one big boy downing the market, and another big boy that wants the market to go up, so the increase in price can entice the traders, so they get the massive volume of transactions, i.e. the mass volume of fees. And so these guys cannot compete against each other. Someone talked to someone, and CBOE futures have been halted for March. That is what is going on. The whole point is that they totally underestimated the sheer strength, the resiliency, the willpower, the strong hands of the people that are in this. The people that are in this are not the weak. They will hold on to their Bitcoin if it goes down to zero. And then they will do is that they will find people that have Bitcoin, and they will trade it amongst themselves privately. So if you're a car mechanic, what will you do? You'll say, yeah, I'll take that Bitcoin because I want the Bitcoin. And even though it says zero on the price or whatever, they'll say, yeah, I'll take it. And they'll come up with a fair amount of exchange between the two parties. And he'll go out and he'll buy the oil, or he'll buy the the spark plugs out of his own pocket, out of fiat or whatever. And he'll exchange that basically for the Bitcoin. And so it'll be like a private exchange amongst people. And that is the fear that these guys have. That is the fear that these guys have, because what that will do is that will totally invalidate the entire fiat system. And we are seeing an invalidation of the entire fiat system right now. We're seeing a lot of news out there that is really ripping the Federal Reserve apart. And that's why they did not raise interest rates again, because they're getting ripped, and they are becoming, or it's becoming apparent, or trying to put them into the light through a lot of different there's YouTubers and news articles and stuff like that. And if you like to eat popcorn and eat barbecue, you know what I mean when I say that. There's a lot of information there. These guys, they totally misjudge the market. They totally misjudge the holders of the market, of how strong and resilient you are. Yeah, and that is putting it lightly. So what this is pointing to is that these guys are saying, wow, this crypto thing, it's for real. It is absolutely for real. Also, what do they have? They have Russia coming down the pipe. So Russia's bringing the crypto legislation rules into place in July, right? Putin wants the rules, the regulations done by July. That's the deadline. You have China that is just pumping away on crypto, all right? Pumping away. They have their 5-year plan. And so what do they have? They have China and they have Russia, and the U.S. is falling behind big time. So this has really gone to much larger geopolitical realm of the entire world with the superpowers. And yeah, you have little Venezuela down there just getting it's just a trial run to see what people will do, in my opinion, when a currency collapses and they have to use a crypto exchange. And so they're looking for ways on how the people will circumvent the fiat currency there. It's just a trial run. So when the U.S. or Russia or China or whatever, yeah, I know they're giving aid and stuff, but they're kind of letting it proliferate. So it's a trial run so they can see what's going on to basically get input to fill in the gaps for when they actually want to switch over to crypto. So we have China, we have this Wall Street thing. We have basically two big power market makers fighting against each other. Looks like Fidelity won out on this one because they definitely want the trades. They want that multi-billion dollar market per year. They want that market. The CBOE, they're not making that kind of bank with the futures. They wish they were, but they're not. But man. So let's say the CBOE is out of the future for a bit. So we have Fidelity, right? It's right around the corner. And there's also what? There's BACT, right? There's BAKKT. Don't forget about this. This market is huge. We've known about it, how huge it can be. And I think the players are saying, you know what? This is too big of a deal for us to pass up. Also, what do we have coming down the line? We have the possibility of, well, we're looking at probably tokenization. Tokenization is a big thing right now, right? Tokenization for everything, everything, and that could include equities like stocks. So let's say all of a sudden you have stocks, equities, wham, get tokenized as crypto. Yeah, huge market. So what that does is that basically will give Wall Street, it will give NASDAQ. Let's say NASDAQ has an exchange where they list the tokenized cryptos as well as the current cryptos that we have here. Let's say they're all on NASDAQ, okay, and they have their where it's stored safely and stuff, which IBM just came out with 2 days ago, right? Where they're going to have their basic hot wallet that's very secure, like a cold wallet for storage and custody. That came out 2 days ago for IBM. And what did they say that they're also catering to one of their clientele? Well, it's all, it's the big boys, it's the traders, it's the big traders, the institutional folk. It's also for exchanges. So this is IBM. And what kind of computers do you think the New York Stock Exchange uses? Do you think they're using a Dell laptop or two? No, they're using great big IBMs, okay? Anyway, so we have BACT, we have Fidelity, we have a bunch of others. We have here's a big one. What else do we have? We have right here. This link is below. Bolsa de Madrid, Spain's largest stock exchange, said it expects to go live by year end with a blockchain-based system for certifying collateral pledges after testing the technology. Yeah, Why are they doing this? Well, look at this. It's going to save them a boatload of money and time. The test has shown a reduction in the total times of end-to-end processes exceeding 80%. 80%. Companies cannot ignore that savings. Continuing on, BME said Thursday, as well as the potential to radically improve participants' operation and risk management. The system allows market participants to avoid exchanging paper certificates. Paper certificates, guys, they're getting digitized on blockchain. Okay, so to avoid exchanging paper certificates and to monitor the process in real time. This is a dream. Okay, go ahead and read the rest of this. Link is below. What else is going on that's huge? Let's go to there's so many. Let's go to this one. Here's another one that's like this. International stuff. Stock Exchange of Thailand to launch digital asset platform in 2020. That's not too far away. The Stock Exchange of Thailand, SET, announced that they are going to focus on developing a digital infrastructure platform by 2020. They have initiated a 3-year strategic plan for 2019 to 2021 to set this in motion. There you go, link below, read that. So we have this stock exchange going. We have the Spanish right here, 80%. Read that. What else do we have that's huge? This one. Right here, link is below. Republican leader McCarthy proposes blockchain transparency in government. Well, I would take out that transparency actually. But anyway, we have Kevin McCarthy here, the Republican leader of the House of Representatives, has called for an exploration. They're going to check it out to see if blockchain can make the U.S. government more efficient. I'm going to drop off that transparent, but more efficient is good enough for me. I don't think it's going to go there, but more efficient, yeah, that's what they're looking for. Just like the Spanish thing with the 80 percentile, all right, on how to handle the paper. And why are they doing that? Why are they doing this? Well, here's the huge use case right here with IBM. IBM scores nationwide blockchain deal with France's commercial court clerks. Look, this news is huge, guys. It's the largest news that we've seen for real life adoption in in one day that I can recall. So anyway, let's go back here to this one. Okay, Kevin McCarthy, and we read down there. Okay, so in a speech before Select Committee on Modernization of Congress on Tuesday, McCarthy said that blockchain is revolutionizing the security of the financial industry and that it can also help transform the transparency of our own legislative processes. Yeah, they're running Robert's Rules of Order and stuff like that in the House, but man, have you ever watched C-SPAN? Have you ever seen them carry all that paper back and forth? My gosh. Why we would wait? Okay, why would we wait around, and why wouldn't we institute blockchain on our own? As technology continues to change our lives, let's make sure Congress has the same ability to do it, to make this place more effective, more efficient, and most importantly, more accountable. Yeah, that's just political speech there, right? McCarthy also gave a couple of examples of how embracing innovative technologies through passing new legislations in the past has helped improve government processes. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, read there, but they're actually saying he has a great idea. It's like, hey, we have this paperwork. We need, and the stuff really doesn't change, and it is really a perfect use for blockchain. Let's look into this to see how we can utilize blockchain in Congress. There you go. So you could have bills on Congress. Yeah, wouldn't that be cool? Bills from Congress on blockchain. Yeah, awesome. Okay, let's go to IBM. There is so much news here, guys. So much news. I'm going really fast through here and stuff like that, but please hit the like, subscribe, get notified. All right? Get notified. Subscribe. So let's read this one on IBM's thing. Court clerks across France. Another nationwide thing, okay? Court clerks across France will soon be recording changes in companies' legal status on Hyperledger blockchain built by IBM. That's IBM's internal blockchain that they built. It's called Hyperledger Fabric. If you didn't know, check out IBM, check out Hyperledger Fabric and stuff like that. It's really cool. Okay, so continuing on, the National Council of Clerks NCC project has already undergone tests involving four court clerks and IT providers, IBM said Thursday, and the system is planning to go into full-scale production in the first half of 2019. Very soon, guys, very soon. Here you go, meat and potatoes. The goal is to allow clerks in commercial courts who maintain the county's registrar of commerce and companies to do their job better and faster. Better and faster. This is huge. The key, TKY. This is this is one of the big reasons why the key, China, is pushing that to obtain efficiencies. Okay. To obtain accountability, to obtain lots of stuff, lots of benefits. All right, going on. So France is going to do the same thing here with the assistance of IBM Hyperledger. And no, XLM, yeah, it'd be cool if they used XLM, but this really isn't a use case for XLM, is it? No, it's kind of like internal. But, if these courts had to, like, for some reason, exchange currency between one another. Like, hey, guy over there, you owe me something, whatever. Maybe XLM then. But anyway, this is internal Hyperledger, okay? So let's move on. The clerks will use the system to share regulatory information about the difficulties companies experience as well as changes in their status, like a change of court office in which a company is registered, name changes, a new branch, office opening, stuff like that. Okay, and so you can go ahead and read the rest of this on your own. Interesting thing, especially when you take a look at it from a 10,000-foot view of seeing national things hitting blockchain and stuff like that. And, here you go. Spanish Stock Exchange, Congress, Thailand Stock Exchange, CBOEs. Oh, we did not gauge. We did not gauge stuff right. Sorry. We have to go to Plan B, but we don't know what Plan B is yet. Yeah, huge news. Some people are going to take this as being bearish. Okay, I take this as being bullish. You take it how you want. But anyway, so that's it. Hit like, subscribe, get notified. I'm going over to the chats now. See if people are there. We're going to talk some real talk, okay? And that's what we do on our chats. We talk real talk. We don't have Moon Boy stuff. We don't have this or that. Look at the chats. Look at the chats. Do the live replay. Look at the quality of the questions the people that watch this channel ask. It's real deal stuff, man. Okay, let's go to the chats. Thank you everyone for watching. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, as you can tell, I am super jazzed. There is a ton of huge energy. Look at this. BullRun. Prima Impentum. Number 5 in the series. Check out the other 4. They have this thing. So go back to my go to my channel and list the videos and look for this red color. It's a great big red wave. Okay. Anyway, here we go. So TJ says hello. Hello TJ. How's it going, man? Gabriel. Live long and prosper with DGB. Absolutely. DGB, my gosh, that has energy behind it. It is an awesome coin. If you haven't heard of DGB, it's DigiByte. Go do your research. Do yourself a favor. Do your research. They're fast. They're going to double in speed quick. They just got a credit card payment thingy for MasterCard. They have 200,000 plus nodes. They are widely distributed around the world. They have multi multi algorithms that go on simultaneously. Okay, they have like 4 or 5 different algorithms going for encryption. Okay, it's an amazing project. Check them out. They've been a while. They're stable. They're gaining popularity they're gaining popularity. I was going to say something rude, crude, but I caught myself. But check out DigiByte. Christoph says, go DGB. Absolutely, go DGB, man. And hey, Dances, how's it going? Dances reluctantly. Oh, man. Oh, let's see. Let's read here. Bob has something to say. CME dominates futures. Absolutely. CBOE was losing Shard, which is why they are shutting down. Yep. CME absolutely does dominate them, but you know what? I think Fidelity's talking to them. I think they're saying, "Cool it, guys. We need the market to go up to entice our clients coming." And when you have $7 trillion under management, that doesn't speak. That shouts. But yeah, absolutely right on the Shard. That's why they're shutting down. Yep. Very well. Could be. Thank you, Bob, for that info. So there's a Hunjo. Hey, Shaka Bra, bro. Oh, and he says, I'm not sharing the right screen. What do you mean I'm not sharing the right screen? What am I sharing, man? Let me go check. Yeah, it looks cool. Okay, Fawad. Hey, Fawad. How's it going, man? Glad you're here. Any news on the key? No, not expecting anything, nothing yet, but, it's getting pretty close to around that quarter period, so we might see an AMA pop up pretty soon. I know a lot of people are getting real antsy about the key, but, man, they have this thing coming up in June, which could be a go, no-go. I'm thinking, given some previous news of late, which they had, is that it's going to be it's going to be a pretty good, it was an indicator of a favorable result, let's put it that way. So we'll see what happens with the key. No guarantees. I mean, the thing could get approved to go nationwide and the price could still not move. Fantastic project, though, but keep in mind that prices do not necessarily follow a project's success or past performance. All right. Here's Double X. I'm in big on DigiByte. Yeah, I love DigiByte. I think I'll have to do another one on them tomorrow. It's just that we had such huge nationwide and exchange level news today, and man, what does one say? Had to do it on this, brother. Okay, Z-Boy says, I think VeChain Thor is on the move. What do you think? Yeah, I think it's on the move. Let's go look at, I tell you what, here's BTC. Another quick look at that right here, okay? I have my target boxes up here, but this is my long-term trend. This was based on remote viewing of sentiment, of the market sentiment, okay? Not price. And so right now, what do we have? We have pretty much of a standard Wyckoff thing. We're in between the trading ranges, just going up and down. And right now, we're on an upward slope, right? So we could see it where it goes up here and does another test. If it breaks out, yay, everybody's going to be happy, right? So we'll just see. But check out Wyckoff, and you'll be able to just bring up Wyckoff, WYCKOFF. Do that in Google or Dogpile or whatever you use. and bring up images of it, and then you can, I mean, you'll look and you'll say, oh my gosh, yeah, that's, look at how I marked that up. I'll leave that right there for just a second, and you can see, yeah, selling climax, AR, yeah, point of last supply is Paul's, low volume failed sell off, all that good stuff. You can take, I mean, just take a look at the images, compare that to the Bitcoin chart, and you say, oh my gosh, it lines up. You know, why haven't I heard of Wyckoff before? And what makes Wyckoff special, what makes it special, is that unlike trend lines and stuff like that, yeah, a lot of people use them, but what Wyckoff does is it looks into the psychology of the market makers, the composite operators. Go to Amazon, get a book on Wyckoff, Richard Wyckoff. Get yourself some knowledge. But yeah, okay, so here's BTC. Let's go over and take a look at VET. And I like looking at it versus I don't want that one. Whoops. I like it on, yeah, Binance. Okay, VET on Binance. When it was VEN, I mean, you had this big huge candle. Don't worry about that. That's when it did the 1 to 100 split, where they had to increase the amount of their coins by 100. Okay, they did not decrease them; they increased them because they're going to need them in the future. Anyway, so that was it was $1 and it was a penny, so that's why it's so low in price. But anyway, we've seen this huge downtrend here, right? And it's just been going up, and right now it's in this upper trading range right here, which is good news. So we'll see what goes on, and we have like this nice W pattern, you know, if you like the W patterns and stuff like this. But I really like VeChain. I think it is one of the absolute strongest projects out there. For VeChain, if there is only one, VeChain is, in my opinion, the blockchain for enterprise, for businesses. For currency, it is DigiByte. Okay, for trading among nations, it is Bitcoin. And for other things, it could be like XLM, and then you have like Zilliqa, and then you have Holochain, and some others. Check out my video on top coins for 2019. I did that like 2-3 weeks ago. Check it out. Great coins and stuff. But yeah, I really like VeChain. I must have 100 videos on them. I think they're one of the best projects in the entire market. Totally awesome. They have a symposium coming up here in San Francisco, which should be pretty cool. But yeah, I like VeChain, and I do not look at them on just the price. I look at them on the project, and I'm, because I'm a techie guy, and yeah, I mean it when I say that. I mean, for VeChain, it's a very long-term hold for me. So this whole time period on this chart is like short-term. I rarely look at, if you want to look at VeChain, that would be like my chart. Okay, it's gone down. Oh, there you go. Okay, I go out to the month on VeChain. Look at that, isn't it? There you go. What do you think of that chart? Okay, let's go back to the day. But yeah, VeChain. Haven't checked it out? Do your own research. Check them out, man. Thanks for the comment. Yeah, Z-Boy says, I believe the space is on the verge of exploding. Yeah. I've done several videos on BullRun, Prima, and Pentum. The primary impetus, the cause for the BullRun. This is Series 5. Go check out the other 4. Sometimes I'm 3, 4, 6 months ahead of the curve. You don't get the news today of what's happening tomorrow. So you don't get tomorrow's news today. You get 3 or 6 months or 10 years news today. That's what happens when you're a remote viewer. Time gets kind of funky. But yeah. Yeah, you are not the only one that can feel. You can feel it in the air. You can feel an indescribable excitement, an energy, a type of giddy anxiety, of nervousness. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. And a lot of people can feel something. They also know that something isn't right. They know that something just isn't right, and they can't put their finger on it. They hear manipulation and all this. But it's like also a sensation that it's going to change. Yeah, that's why I mentioned popcorn and barbecue. So if you don't know what I mean by that, I can't explain it, or else I could get demonetized and get the videos removed. I mean, that's how controversial it is. So I'm not going there. But if you like popcorn and barbecue, that's awesome. Okay, Z-Boy, thanks for the comment, man. Yeah, we're not going anywhere till adoption. That's right, and going back to Bitcoin, that brings up another point I meant to say. The people that bought at 20, okay, 20 grand, people that bought here, and at 15, and at 10, they're not selling. They're not selling. You know why? Because they're looking at down here. They're saying, oh my gosh, it's just like when it was down in this range at 1,000. What did it do? It went down. Oh, we're right around in this range now. Oh, so it's going to go up. And they saw this way back when, because it repeated itself, right? It repeated itself, and people looked at the patterns and they could easily tell, oh my gosh, this thing repeats itself in cycles. And so they're sitting up here. They're not even going to sell to break even when it hits 20 grand. No. They're looking at 100 grand before they sell. Okay? They'd rather have it go to zero and trade amongst themselves than basically use fiat. I mean, these a large proportion of people in here are the ideologues. Okay, and you know what? Maybe wisely so. We'll see. But people that are in this market right now are strong. They know what's going on. They can take a 30% dump in a day. Wall Street would choke. You know, what we take for daily ups and downs, you know, would make Wall Street choke. You know, we eat that for breakfast. Anyway, yeah, so these people, if you're left in the market here, you're strong. You're not going anywhere, and you know where it's going. Okay? Unshakable. Get out of there, thing. Okay. Yeah, a lot of us big on DGB. Great. Help spread the word, man. Help spread the love. Spin up a node. Anybody, if you can, spin up a node, man. Go check out DigiByte. It's easy. Spin up a node. Get the mining wallet, you know. The thing is that DGB is important. What if currency collapses? What if? Are we going to be trading Bitcoin? Oh gosh, we're going to have to wait an hour for it to clear. That's cool for large transactions like buying a house or something, but if you just need some toilet paper and a bottle of water, come on. DigiByte. Joe wants to know if I'm going to VeChain DevCon. I'm considering it because I'm about 2.5 hours drive. So we'll see. Maybe. I am giving it heavy consideration. But right now, I hope they're not sold out. If they are, well then, I can't go. Love to go. I'm giving it heavier. Oh, what does Epic Games have to say? Division 2 is now live. Oh my god, Tom Clancy's Division 2 is now live? Oh, delete. Okay. Now, if it said that Epic Games has incorporated DigiByte, it's like, yeah, I'd like bring that bad boy up. Yeah, it'd be cool to go to VChain's dev to their conference. Christoph says DigiByte will make us smart, wealthy people. If you buy DigiByte, that's an indication that you're already smart. And ZBoy likes XRP. You know, it has some good things and it has some bad things about it. Let me point something out of the future of XRP, and it is apparent on, maybe, let's see. Yeah, this is what I wanted to see. So if you go to the 1 hour on Bitcoin USD, look at this thing. Get my little pencil out. Top of a wick. Bottom of a wick. Huge. That is caused from that is basically to clear out the shorts and the longs. Okay, why they would do that is to create more transactions, hence more fees, transaction fees. That's why they would do that. They clear out the shorts and longs. But anyway, as regards to XRP, let's go down here. This is on the 1 hour. Let's break it down to the 15-minute. Let's see what we have to do. Okay, so it's shorter than a 15-minute time period. Let's go down to 3-minute. Okay, I had that yellow thing on there. Okay, so we're looking here in a period of basically 3 minutes here. Okay, so a period of 5 minutes, it went up and it went down and it came back. So it just basically was like that. Okay, XRP, they are very, very, very fast, right? So XRP, bank says I need 20 million. Okay, and it does its sell and it hooks it up and all this stuff, and it has the recipient and all this, and so they're going to transfer 20 million. So okay, all of a sudden you have a buy and then you have a sell, and then it's here. It's a wash. It's a wash. So we're looking at XRP being a wash stablecoin with huge spikes. That's what's going to happen, in my opinion, at first. People are going to say, they're going to catch on real quick, where they're going to say, well, this thing's spiking up like hell. I'm going to put in buy orders. I'm going to stack buy orders all the way down to like 0, right? And then I'm going to stack my sell orders up here, right? That'll take them about a day or a week to catch on. And then a month, you know, for the masses. The smart ones will catch on right away. That this is a wash with huge ups and downs. And then what will happen after this occurs? So this is 1, okay? This is 2. Well, they're starting to figure it out and take advantage. 3. What's 3 going to be? 3 is going to be a type of OTC, over the counter, where the banks will make the trades basically in an off-chain exchange. Off-chain. I gotta get out of here. Crap. So they're going to have it in an off-chain exchange. All right, follow? That's what's going to happen, and the result will actually be the same. It's not going to raise XRP's price. XRP is designed to be stable. Yes, it can float. Okay? But the more it increases or decreases in price, the more volatility it'll have, the less use it will get by the banks. They will flip over to something more stable. The more stable XRP becomes, the more liquid it becomes, the more they'll use it. Okay? And it's the whole thing to where you have volatility isn't inversely proportional, okay, to their usage, which in turn will affect the price. Hence, they want stable price means high usage, means high spikes, and no ups or downs. Very stable. That is XRP, in my opinion. Is it a terrible project? No, I like the project, man. I think it's cool. I think it'll save banks a lot of money. And yeah, so that's cool because I like projects that save companies money. I'm a capitalist, man. Is this good for others? Well, a lot of people don't like that. I swear, when I first said this, in one day I lost 200 viewers. And you know what? Oh well. If they can't see, that's what's happening. If they can't see exchanges do this right now just to increase trades, you know, come on. It's an unregulated market. So we'll see what goes on. Anyway, I love the XRP project. I don't care much for its price action anymore. Let's put it that way. Because I did pretty good on XRP. And that, you know, keep in mind too, just because I don't like a project or whatever, or think or whatever, it does not mean that it will not have opportunities in the future. Take that at heart. I am not a financial advisor. I am not here giving financial advice. I'm here giving you my opinion. We're just talking over coffee. Let me get some coffee, by the way. Yeah, see? Just confirm that. But yeah, XRP, love it. And let's bring XRP up here. Here's USD. Huge spike. There's that huge spike on XRP. What did it do to the price? Nothing. Basically a wash. XRP versus ETH. Let's go over here to Mr. Binance. I think I have actual stuff on Binance. Yeah. Okay, so there you go. So I got out right around in here. I was looking at USD when I was getting out. I drew this yellow line a long time ago. I had these boxes here a long time ago. I need to extend this one basically over because it hasn't come down as quickly as I thought it would be. But basically you're looking at one great big old double head and shoulders here. Boom. Okay. Some people are saying this is the shoulder. No, I'm saying this thing is a two-headed hydra. Okay. And shoulder's going to come out and wham. So we'll see what happens. That is just a remote viewing. It is remote viewing information. This was remote viewing. This was remote viewing. This is remote viewing. These boxes have been on here since, I don't know, since November. But it's remote viewing stuff. Don't take this as financial advice. This is just drawing on a chart, man. You get the idea. Don't have to explain that anymore. But yeah, so that's XRP. I do like the project, okay? Let's go back here to the chat. Thank you for the comments. I do appreciate it. Hey, Amor, how's it going? She says, super great job, brother. Thank you. I mean, he does. Super great job. Thank you. I know a girl named Amor. That's why I said that. Okay, let's see what's going on. Yeah, Joe's asking if I'm going to VeChain DevCon. Man, I wish. I have to look and see, because I have to get like a hotel and that type of stuff. So I'll see. Maybe go there and do a live video or whatever. Pin down Sunny. Say, hey, where's my beanie? When are the hoodies coming out? Because that's what's important, right? You need a beanie and you need a hoodie that says VeChain on it. That's all there is to it. You have that, you're gold. Oh, man. So you love the energy. Thanks. Appreciate it, man. Christoph says, Aaron on fire. Yeah, there is a ton of energy, man. You feel it? You feel the energy. Write down, yeah, I feel the energy, man. Okay, Todd has a question here. Hey, Todd, thanks for watching. Question: are those spikes on BTC, LTC, and ETH bot hunters? Yeah, they're hunters. They are hunters. They are looking for short and longs, is what they're doing. And so what they do is they go up the order book and down the order book and just wipe it out and basically recess the order book. Okay, it just wipes them out. But what that does is that it liquidates, right? And so when a liquidation occurs, that creates what? A transaction. And what happens when it creates a transaction? Fees are applied. Why else would somebody do that? Follow the money. Who would be doing that? Follow the money. Yeah. Bots. You hit a click of a button and it does it. Whoa. Or you set a volume or a timer on it, right? Oh, when it hits this volume, or if it hasn't hit this volume by this time, go ahead and fire. Yeah. Yeah, bots. And you know what? When you're living in this environment, yeah, we're playing with bots. Look at this bot. Here, I'll show you a bot. Wasn't this a lovely bot? Look at that huge spike. That was a lovely bot. This is a 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 bot. Oh, Aaron. Where's some organic trades? These little guys. Those little guys, those are organic. Pushing it up. Here. Gets accumulated. Gets accumulated. Gets pushed up. Oh, let's create FOMO. Let's dump the bags. Dump the bags. It's getting this % profit. That's how it works, man. They win, you lose. Unless you know their game. Or you're lucky. So I don't look at like charts so much. I look more into the mentality of, if I had enough money, just put it this way, real easy. If I had enough money and I really didn't care about losing money, that I could actually blow 600-700 million just to make the damn market go down. Just because you want to and you can. You just, I don't know, want to see a dip. If you had that kind of money, and then your goal was to get the maximum amount of coins, that's the end game. You want the coins. You don't care at what price you get them. Well, you do. I mean, you don't want it going way up. You want to get them low, right? But you want the coins. That's the game. Okay? That is the game. That's the game for Bitcoin. That's the problem why Wall Street is panicking, because they can't get the coins. They can't get the coins. The people won't sell them. They have, they have fists of iron. They won't sell the coins. They want the thing to go up to 100 grand before they even think of selling. They want 5x, man. Wall Street thinking, oh yeah, these guys are like nothing. They're amateurs. It's like, man, they ran into a brick wall. Yeah. Jade Emperor, Satoshi Vision. BSV is the future of Bitcoin. If let's assume that Craig Wright is correct, then what he needs to do, in my opinion, is one, kill Bitcoin now. Kill it. Put it out of its misery. Dump it. Have BSV, if it is true, the true vision of Bitcoin, have it take over. Cash is like, but BSV, I like BSV a lot more than I do Cash. Let's put it that way. I like Bitcoin, of course, but I'm just saying hypothetically, if Bitcoin has that vulnerability that Mr. Wright was talking about, or Dr. Wright was talking about, and he is truly Satoshi, then for honor, he should kill Bitcoin, because it has gone beyond its original vision, which in turn means that it is open to being taken down or open to attacks, i.e. it has been made weaker than what it originally was, and BSV is stronger. And if he can take it down, then he should, because that's called survival of the fittest. Because if he can take Bitcoin down, the governments can, right? So what if, for the ideologues out there, what they need is a coin where the governments cannot take it down. So even if it goes to $0, the people won't care. They'll trade using Bitcoin instead of fiat. So it will have unauthorized intrinsic value, which in turn is real value. So, yeah, we'll see. The future could be interesting. We'll see if Wright actually does talk about whatever, or he's just full of hot air. Okay? He could just be full of hot air. But if he can kill it, he needs to kill it now. Okay? That's my opinion, if he even can. And if he can't, well then, hey, there you go. Bitcoin's like the one. Otherwise, BSV's the one. It's a war between the coins. But check out DigiByte, man. So let's see what else you say about BSV. Bitcoin Satoshi Vision is the future. Bitcoin BTC doesn't scale on chain. See, here's the thing, bro. It doesn't need to. It doesn't need to scale on chain. It doesn't need to be fast. It needs to be a store of value. That's what it needs to be. It doesn't need any of this stuff. It needs to be simple. And it needs to be the toughest damn thing to break ever. It needs to be extremely widely dispersed around multiple countries and multiple miners. DigiByte is that right now. DigiByte is meant to be used on the day-to-day currency stuff. Bitcoin. Larger purchases. Well, yeah, okay, fine. DigiByte, yeah, okay, here's $5 for a burrito, whatever. Here's $10, $5, $30, $100, fine, not a problem. DigiByte. Oh, you want to buy a yacht? Okay, 40 million, you gonna use DigiByte? No, that's a lot of DigiByte, man. How about, how about I just give you, 20 Bitcoin? Okay, that's cool. And so it takes a day. It takes 4 hours. It takes an hour. Whatever. People are going to use Bitcoin for the much larger purposes. Purchases. Digi, I think, for high volume, just natural currency stuff. XLM as well. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. Interesting times ahead. That is for sure. But the thing is that, we'll see. And if, I'm not putting BSV down. I actually see that as a valid Bitcoin thing. And the Bitcoin people are going to say, oh man, I could just hear it. But if Bitcoin can be taken down like Wright said, have him take it down. It's his duty. It would be for the benefit of all of us. Because in the future, when the S hits the fan, we're going to want something that cannot be taken down. Thank you, Jade, for the question and comment. So, Hanjo says, Bitcoin has been going sideways the past 9 days, but the market cap has been creeping up nicely. What gives? People buying alts. Might be hanging on to a little bit of Bitcoin. That's why I'd do that. Okay, Hanjo? Jade Emperor says, Lightning Network is a catastrophe. Like I said, Bitcoin needs to be pure. Alright? Needs to be pure. You put too much stuff on it, and what do? Well, if it's an airplane, you screw up its aerodynamics. It creates drag. You create other things. You put some type of processing on there for contracts. What does it do? Creates a larger attack surface. Bitcoin needs to be pure. Is it as pure as it was? No. I wish it was. Still like Bitcoin though. But BSV had some really, I'll tell you, BSV had some really nice price action, man. That is for sure. Thank you for the comments. Like, share anything else about BSV, go right ahead. Okay, so Robert Heath asks, familiar with the Radigan Carter article on Altcoin Magazine about the profit potential of Chinese coins when their government okays exchanges there? No, I haven't read that, but I've done several videos on that very same thing. Usually it's about the key, TKY, because what I think the key is going to be doing is that it is going to be the basically will be the identity validator for people to for KYC requirement to for the exchanges in China. So you have to go through their mechanism and get approved every time that you want to inject or withdraw funds from an exchange. And so you're going to have to use the key there, because the key will have your irrefutable identity from a government source. That is what the key does, and it does a live database lookup from government sources. So, and that's just one aspect, if that's what they're going to use the key for, because the key's used for lots of other things. And so let's say just that one use case of getting money in and out. So it gets tagged, and this is to help prevent capital flight out of China. Okay? They're not worried about foreign investors. Yeah, okay, we get some in, we get some out. You know, we make a little bit off the top, we're good. The internal citizen is where they're looking at. And, yeah, so it will help. I mean, that alone will be huge. What else do we have for the key? We have the big pilot program that they have going on with the human social security and human resources for China. Okay, they're partners basically with in America. That's Social Security. Okay, that would be like their partner here in the U.S. Oh yeah, so like XLM is partnered with Social Security. Yeah, how big of a deal would that be? It would go bonkers. That's what the key has in China. Except that China has what? How many billion? 1.35 billion people? Yeah. And they're estimating that like it's going to be used on doctors' visits. Yeah. It's going to be used for getting a credit rating if you want to get a car loan or a house loan or something like that. Yeah. It's going to be used for lots of things. Possibility could be used to get entrance into a hotel room. Have a little thumb swipe. Boom. There goes the key. Or fraction thereof. Yeah. Keys as in mechanical keys on doors. Stuff like that. My gosh. Beyond comprehension almost. So we'll see the number of use cases the key has. VeChain. VeChain is real deal. I mean, for businesses, for supply chain. Very, very deep that can go. Enormous potential. And then you have Matrix AI. Okay? Ontology, I don't give a crap about. I don't give a crap about Neo. I don't give a crap about a lot of them. I do like the key. I do like Matrix AI. And I absolutely love VeChain. Enormous projects, guys. Right now, their price isn't doing jack. It's sucking wind. Yeah, and VeChain's like starting to pick up. Same as the key, but man, they sucked wind. It's done awful. So just because a project can be absolutely fantastic does not mean price is going to follow. Perhaps it will, perhaps it won't. We'll see. It's a speculative market right now. So as far as price goes, hey, follow your own gut. Follow your gut instincts. And yeah, you guys know this, but yeah, I haven't seen that article, but you might be able to tell where I think it could go. Okay? Not financial advice, just my opinion. It could also go in the dump. Thank you, Robert. Good question. Okay, Han. Hey, Han, how's it going, man? Han says, what if CBOE is scared? They got in over their head, and they don't want to cover mega whales all going long on BTC. Yeah, that mega whale is called Fidelity. And Fidelity can make CBOE and even CME listen to them, basically. Yeah. They all know each other, man. They golf. They go on each other's yachts. They all know each other. They're in the club. Okay? They're in the club. So, to me, this is just... What's the goal? What is the goal? The goal is to extract money from the population. Okay? By any means necessary. That's all. Look at it that way. That's what the markets are there for. So whether it's the CBOE or CME, they're all working together, man. Okay? That's my point. That's one of the things that people know that they can't put their finger on. They know something is wrong. So yeah, mega whales, yeah. As far as it going long, yeah, that's part of the plan, man. It's like, okay, backed to an extent. Okay, Fidelity. But here's another thing. Fidelity is almost going to be like its own exchange. Keep that in mind, okay? It's almost like its own OTC. Over the counter. So we'll see what happens on that, but you can darn well count they're going to have a ton of transactions. They're going to have a ton of revenue come in from the fees, and that's what they want. They see Binance getting $1 billion. The thing is that on their financial statements, that's how they count money. They don't count it in the millions. They count it in the billions. And as soon as it gets up into the billions to where it actually makes it so it's not rounded off, it makes it pop up on their balance sheet, on their income statement. And they say, oh, this is big enough for us to pay attention to. It can affect our balance sheet. Yeah, so interesting stuff. Thanks for the comment. Okay, Todd says, "Lo, check out Thorcoin." Huh? They have a Thorcoin? Let me kill some of this stuff. Don't forget to read those articles, guys. They have a Thorcoin. Oh my gosh, they have a Putin coin. Do you know that? They have a Putin coin. Let's go to CoinGecko, because it's faster than that CMC. Thorcoin. Oh my gosh, they do. Oh, and they have Thor Cash. Thorcoin. It's number 3,166. Oh, that thing's awesome. It could be awesome. Ooh. Somebody sold one. Let's see. What is their Thorcoin price? $4.93. Really? Up 13%. Dang, dude. Trading volume 55,000. Not a whole lot of liquidity. What is this? Where can you get this? Crex24? What the? I don't know what that is. Ah, man. Where did you find this one? What is this? Let's go to the thing. What do they do? Thorcoin. Crappy website. Oh, glad I have virus protection on here. Thorcoin security token. You know what? People, for some reason, like security tokens. Like they think security means anything. They don't know that their systems are already compromised at the hardware level in the chips. So whatever's in the software doesn't matter. Didn't you guys know that? Perhaps. Yeah, security token, as far as I'm actually providing security, forget it. But what that is that that's a hot word right now. So I don't know. Might want to keep an eye on these guys. They're up 13%. Oh, man. Thorcoin, okay. I think I'd rather put in DigiByte. It's just me. There's so many good ones out there. Okay, so Han says VeChain is the only project whose tokenomics ensure market liberating growth. Yeah, if you watch my last video I did a thing on VeChain where it looked like an article. It was about the EU, and maybe it's down in here somewhere. If I scroll on down, it was about the EU where they basically described VeChain with the governance and being green and stuff like that. They basically described VeChain, except they did not mention VeChain. It was like DMVGL wrote the article for them and they just published it. Okay, it was like really cool, but they brought that up and stuff. Looking here for their articles, see if I can find it. No, I don't see it. Scrolling on down. Anyway, VeChain is an awesome project, guys. Check it out if you haven't. Lots of cool stuff happening with VeChain. MPP. Yeah, MPP is one of the things why VeChain will be huge. And if you don't know what that is multi-party payer, where, let's say BMW, okay? You get a Beamer, and you have a service contract. Alright, so you just drive your car normal, right? Takes it into the shop, drop it off, okay? Pick it up, got fixed, whatever. They put in some parts. The parts they put in and the service it got and the odometer reading all got put onto VeChain's blockchain. The customer, the driver, didn't have to pay for that. The charges were probably front-ended into the loan, purchase price of the car, or whatever, but the dealership sent a notice or whatever, and it went back to the corporate finance office or whatever, and they're the ones that pay VeChain. They're the ones. Pay them in Thor. And yeah, so that's how that's going to work. In other words, Beamer will be paying for their clients' transaction fees, and the client, the driver of the car, won't have any knowledge whatsoever. Well, they probably will. They'll probably have knowledge, but have no idea how it might work, or that they, well, let's put it this way. They'll probably know about it, and they'll probably be told how it works, and they'll probably think it's cool, and they won't have to pay for it, because the dealership itself will pay for it, and so that will be a multi-party, is where the dealership is paying for it instead of the driver. Very, very, very cool thing, and a lot of businesses need that. Because what do businesses like to do? Let's say they estimate that over the lifespan of the car, it's going to come in and out and whatever, and they're going to incur, I don't know, $300 worth of charge of Thor, okay? And so what are they going to do? They're going to charge $1,500 extra, right? They're going to charge 300-400% to the driver, to the purchaser. Yeah, that's important. Anyway, MPP, multi-party payer, is a big deal for VeChain. Check it out. And Mr. DCY says XRP and DGB for me. There you go, man. There you go. Moore says, love you, brother. Thanks. Appreciate it, man. Hey, everyone. Like, subscribe, get notified. All that good stuff. You haven't been here before. And Rippleman, XRP for me. I never would have guessed, Rippleman, that you like XRP. Come on. Are you like, really? I can't believe it. Yeah, I like XRP. It's an interesting thing. It's fast as fast can be, right? Interesting project. Plus, hey, what's up with Amex, man? How come they haven't shown their head yet? Notice that? How quiet American Express is? Ace in the hole, maybe? We'll see. So, Bitree7, another DigiByte fan here. Awesome. Love all the DigiByte fans. And DigiByte is awesome. If you haven't looked at it, do yourself a favor. Look at it. I don't know what happened to the project, man, but energy changed, and all of a sudden, wham, it showed up on my radar. The next day, I had a viewer said, hey, go take a look at DigiByte. And that's how like energy stuff works, man. You've had that happen to you. And so I did, and I was like, holy moly. Where have I been? Anyway, moving on. Makachichi, XRP spike, BC, and BTC spiked. Yeah. There were some spikes. Isn't that interesting? Big spikes, hunters. And G-Slick's here. Hey, G-Slick, how's it going? G-Slick does vids on DigiByte, so check out his channel. Let's see. He wants to know if you missed the DigiByte TA for today. No, we'll go do some TA right now. DGB. I like doing against ETH. That's just me. You can get this on Bittrex and Qcoin if you didn't know. Oh, that's on the 3 minute. Let's go to the 4 hour. I like the 4 hour chart. Okay, here's my TA. Nothing has changed. As you can see, I have this. I had this box here for a while, and yeah. So that was my TA. That fancy line going up. That's TA. Notice here, I have a quadrant system going on. Okay, with a pivot here. So we have one quadrant here. You can look at this if you rotate it. So this green line is like straight up and down. That this will be, the positive X and positive Y quadrant, okay, in Cartesian. If it's in this quadrant, all is good, right? If it's in here, it's like, okay. If it's here, it's like, oh, crap. And here is, man, I don't know what you're taking. But, so, best, so, not so great, okay? And that can give you a very broad categorization of where the market is, just doing a quadrant system. But anyway, my TA on this thing is where I had this green box and went up and it just pelted it. And I drew that when it was down here in this range here. But it just pelted that box, and so I'm happy about that. It hit a target, and it's just eaten through it. So we'll see what happens. Usually, it's really testing this upper trading bound line, so we'll see. It's come back down, and it's hitting, notice here, these points. We have this point, these 2 points, this one here, right? Some activity here. Almost like this point here, right? All pretty close together. So let's go ahead and draw a line there. Alt H, whammo. And let's make that a pink line. Oh, come on, thing. Let me get still have my yellow thing on. Let's color that, I don't know what's going to show up. Let's do that. Okay. So we just drew it based on these points here, and look where it's at. Let's scroll in. Wow, whammo bammo. So I don't know, you tell me. I mean, as far as TA, the lines and stuff, they're just kind of fun to look at. I really don't follow it. I usually do Wyckoff stuff. And so for me, I'd say, okay, this is the selling climax right around here, and this is the last point. Supply, it goes up because supply is low, and this is the cause, and this is the reaction, and then it kind of goes down. And look at a Wyckoff chart, man. But basic thing for DigiByte, it looks like continuation pattern. It's back up here in this range now. So we'll see. But it went up and it spiked back down, and it caught itself on this line, which is a big support line with all these points here. You can kind of look at it that way. So that's DGB. We'll see where it goes. Not trading advice. Thanks for the question. John wants to know what my thoughts are on the new crypto trailer. I don't know. I haven't seen the crypto trailer. I have no idea. If you have a link, put it down in. I'll take a look at it. Oh, Makachichi says XRP is going into gaming. Yeah. Yeah, gaming could be big. Also, that BTC spiked and brought the other alts down. Yeah. Oh, and John says the movie Crypto. I haven't seen it. I've heard people complain about it. That's about it. I haven't seen it yet. Usually doing trading, or I'm teaching Qigong or Neidan. Mainly Neidan. It's like tonight I had a Neidan class. Last night I was giving out, doing tests for belts, so I couldn't make a video last night. But, yeah, I think I'll watch that. So, when I watch it, we'll see. Yeah, and G Slick says VChain been doing. Thanks for the info there, John. Appreciate it. G Slick says VChain been doing good. Love it. Yeah, it has. It has been doing good. It's about time. Couldn't have done any worse. Let's put it that way. So I'm glad VChain's hopefully turn the corner and will stay moving the way it has been. And Web Surfer Guy, thoughts on IOST? I like Zilliqa better, man. That's just me, but that doesn't mean IOST can't do something. Price action. It's a speculative market. Okay, speculative market. If you like IOST, put it in the comments why you like it. Share your info with others. Maybe it will be an epiphany for them. Maybe they'll say, "Oh my gosh, how did I miss this coin?" Okay, for me, I just prefer Zilliqa, and that's just me. And it's like I wish I had a lot more fiat out there, so I could just dump it into a bunch of coins. But I have to pick and choose. You know how it goes. But yeah, share the love for IOST. And also keep in mind that crypto is in its infancy, and there's a lot of room. Nobody's using it, so it's like there's a lot of room. Okay, and that means more than one project can share the same space. Good example, Ambrosis. I like Ambrosis a lot, and I'm a holder of Ambrosis. I also hold VChain. Both are in supply chain logistics. Both make chips. Okay? So it could be the same thing with IOST and ZIL. I just happen to hold ZIL. Fawad says, if I could only choose one, which would I choose? The Key, Man, or VChain? Oh, Man. Well, Man would be third. Okay. That is a tough one. See, here's the thing. Do you take enormous activity? Do you take the identity requirement for people to do business? Do you choose that over and to go to checkups and to get into hotel rooms and to be able to trade on an exchange and blah blah blah. Every time you have to show your ID for something, you know, how many times does that happen? So you take that coin versus one for businesses. It's like, man, tough. But if I'd have to choose one, I'd say it'd be VeChain. But I don't have both. I hold both. So Makachichi says, I like the IOST idea. Okay, specify what idea. Alright, what idea? There could be, you know, keep in mind, there could be viewers on here that have no idea what IOST is. So jot down, you know, just real quick, hey, what's their idea? Just reading through some comments here. Oh, Web Surfer Guy asks an interesting question. What coins, tokens do I see not being around next year? Bunch of them, man. I don't even know their names. But it's like, I did a viewing on, I think it was Grossel Coin. And check that out. Pretty interesting. I just did a real quick viewing on it. But inside the viewing, it had a lot of aviation stuff, like airplanes dropping bombs, like World War II bombers. And when they dropped a bomb, it's like the airplane like lifted up, you know, because it lost the weight from the bomb. So like wham, went up. And yeah, so it's like the sludge is going away and the cream is rising to the top. All right. So, and I think we're experiencing that now. I think we're experiencing an exodus. But basically, there are too many coins to name that I think are going to be falling off into oblivion, or have extremely low volatility. Some could be big, okay? Notice I don't talk about a lot of coins. Check out in my links below. You'll see there for coins to research. And DGB should be in there. If it's not, I got to make sure it's in there. But there's not a whole lot. Neo, I'm thinking Neo might be, I don't know. I can't say, man. So I take Neo back. I don't know, man. There's a lot of the smaller ones that are just going to go away. Good question, though. Makachichi thinks that the future is going to be interesting. It's going to be like Venezuela pretty soon. Could be interesting. We'll see. Interesting times. I mean, a lot of pressure on the Fed. Italy's going to hell in a handbasket, right? Yeah, Brexit. They're going crazy over Brexit. They want, like, out. Looks like they're just delaying that. A lot of stuff happening internationally, and a lot of stuff with big banks, right? With big banks. And here's one thing for the XRP lovers out there: who's their primary target client, customer? The big banks, the very ones that are like on the verge of collapse. Yeah. Nobody mentions that. Nobody mentions that they're, here's the thing about XRP. Bitcoin and XRP are basically, the ideologies behind them are opposite. BTC is there to be used for to actually replace the banks, right? And XRP supports the banks. BTC was developed when the banks almost went under, and I think that scared some people. I think it was developed by the NSA. Could have been DARPA, but I think Satoshi Nakamoto is actually a government agency. That when the banks, I don't think it was where the president said, "Oh yeah, go make up a coin in case the banks fail." No, I think it was could have been the Army for sure, or the Navy. I think I'll put most of the weight to the Navy for developing Bitcoin. Navy intel. Yeah, that seems right to me. So you want, okay, here you go. Creator of Bitcoin, the real Satoshi Nakamoto, Naval Intelligence. We'll see what happens. Mark that on your calendar, guys. But yeah, they're synonymous, and that's because one is the complete failure. It would be the complete failure of the U.S., and there was nothing there as a safeguard, as a safety net. Wham! Develop Bitcoin. Okay, XRP. Let's say that day comes. XRP. The banks fail. What's XRP going to do? It's going to do nothing, man. XLM will. Yeah. XRP, deader than a doornail. Worthless. Bitcoin, you'd wish you had some. But that's all hypothetical, right? We'll see. Fawad, when I was scoring, I'm not a trader. When I was scoring VeChain to the key, I mean, it was like a 99 or a 98. What do you choose? I mean, really, the only reason I gave VeChain a little bit more of a hedge is because they stay a little bit more in touch with, they stay a lot more in touch, actually, with people on what they're doing in their projects. All right? I also get the key side where they don't give a damn because they're just working. Tough choice. You also have the fact that VeChain might, in China, for ID purposes, might actually have to utilize the key. I mean, yeah, so trader, whatever. I know you're not being mean. So moving on. Anyway, Chi-Chi, good question, man. Okay, so Web Surfer Guide. Do you foresee any bank coin, i.e. JPM Morgan coin, or social media coin, Facebook coin? They should call it DARPA coin. Yeah, DARPA did not invent Bitcoin. No way, man. Navy Intel. Or NSA, that's what I'm seeing. But anyway, Facebook coin being a good coin token investment wise. I can't give you that advice, man. What I can do is say, hey, follow your own instincts. But then, hey, what's JPM coin going to be? It's going to be basically their own currency. And way back when in American history, banks used to have their own currencies before we had a central bank. And so that is not unheard of. Interesting times coming. We're also seeing that, like Facebook. We're seeing that happen with Facebook. We see IBM get into the market. Okay? So IBM actually has 2 coins. And maybe a third. We'll see. Interesting times. We'll see when Money 2020 comes up. Interesting times. But as far as like if they're a good investment or not, well, I don't like Facebook as a company. I'll tell you that. So I'm biased there. Okay, so I can't give you any type of thing there. JPM coin could just be what is it supposed to be? They said it. It's a stable coin. And you know, you look for stability for in volatile markets. People flock to stability. Anyway, will they be good or not? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Follow your gut, follow your instinct. Christoph, excellent point. Everybody find one person, let them download DigiByte wallet and show how fast to move $10. Guys, it is wicked fast. It's like seconds, man. And then we did a live test with Hanjo, where he sent it and actually got pulled off an exchange, and he had some thingamajobbers on there, and then the exchange had a 30-second additional time delay for processing or whatever to pull it off the exchange. So yeah, 30 seconds added on, and it had to go through a couple stages there. And that took 50 seconds, less 30 seconds, so it's about 20-second range. Because Hanjo did it like he asked for like confirmation, right? And so, you know, 15 seconds, 5 seconds, whammo. So that's not too bad. It's usable. When it goes wallet to wallet, it's like wicked fast. It's like 4 seconds, 5 seconds. It's wicked fast. But yeah, good point there. Yeah. Try moving it wallet to wallet. Wicked. And XLM and XRP are wicked fast too. I will give them that. That is for sure. But speed is not everything. Okay? One huge feature that DigiByte has is that it is spread across a large geographic area. And you got to think, okay, fine, what's going on in the Midwest? A huge snow, right? So you could have climate interferences with power. You could have breakouts of war, disease, whatever. You know, you could have some type of regional conflict. And what happens if that was in a place where a majority of the coin was being mined, right? Oi, that's a problem. You'd sure wish that it was mined all over the world, which DigiByte currently is. 200,000 plus nodes spread widely across the world. And like I said, hey, you have an old computer or something, spin up a node. And if you have other cryptos that you love, and you can do that, do it. Support them. All right? We're here because we love crypto. Web Surfer guy says, I'm a huge DigiByte fan. So incredibly fast. Yeah. Then we double the community. Awesome. Yeah. That's the spirit. DGB is an old chain too. Absolutely. It's like battle tested, isn't it? It's battle tested. Been around since 1914. 2014 actually, I believe, right? Web server guy wants to ask, can I see via remote viewing if the rumors of a DGB TSA partnership is going to happen soon? Yeah, I can go in and remote view that. I'll tell you this. Check out, if you haven't, check out my remote viewing on DigiByte. I.e., you know, something caused the energy to change to make me do a remote view on it, and check out that viewing. It's interesting. Keep in mind, DGB transcends TSA. It's more important than that. DGB is at a country, a nation, national level. Okay? Yeah, G-Slick, I don't have any good... he's asking about Electronium. I don't have any good vibes about Electronium, man. I'm sorry. I just don't even want to go there. And that's just me. It doesn't mean that they won't take off. It doesn't mean that they won't have awesome price action, okay? It's just not for me. Your gut instincts might be telling you something completely different. And I support you in following them, okay? But for me, it's just not for me. That's all. Yeah, Andrade says Electronium is cheap and upside. New developers are jumping ship for other platforms. From Neo. Yeah, Neo's having some issues of late, isn't it? And you know, best of luck to Electronium. Best of luck to Neo. Yeah, Chi says, Chi Cryptic says, so much positive news for DigiByte. DigiAssets launching soon. Absolutely. They had the Block 30. Yep, that's brand new. They had the, Palsy Pay, whatever. Yeah, something like that. Palsy Pay, the MasterCard. That's huge. They're going to be doubling in speed very soon. That's huge. It's just one thing after another. It has enormous energy behind it. G-Slick says DigiByte is the best in the industry, #1. Yeah, as far as currency side, yeah. I don't count Bitcoin as being currency. I truly think of that as being like the a bond, you know, that countries trade between each other, or pallets of gold. That's like Bitcoin, okay? It's not in circulation for the general populace. For that, there's DigiByte. For business operations is VeChain. For identity, where that's important. Maybe you have to have identity in order to engage in a business operation. Yeah, of course. That makes sense. For that would be the key. Countries that accept DGB. Actually see a lot of them, man. I see some countries adopting XRP, XLM, and even VeChain Thor. And it's not that they'll actually become currencies, but they will be used widely. Okay, they will have some type of influence, and I think DGB will be big in Venezuela. But what I think is going to happen in Venezuela is that they'll restore the bolivars or have U.S. dollar down there. That's what they'll do. They got to do something. They'll come up with a different currency, whether it be. I don't think it's going to be DGB. I think it's going to be something new that we haven't seen yet. Okay. Web Surfer wants to know thoughts on Civic. Well, they're into ID as well, but they're not the key. The key is irrefutable, undeniable, 100%. So like, that was you, man. No, no. Yes, it was. You're going to jail. No, no. Yes, it was. You're being executed. No, no. Yeah, that's the key. Civic? Is it that strong? Always? It could be if it was hooked into government databases. The key in China is doing just that. And the key has exclusive rights for the identity part, for identity in China. So civic, use case in civic, I don't know. You get me. But use cases elsewhere, yeah. Thoughts on civic? Yeah, it could take off. We'll see. Put down why you like civic. What's its selling points? Is it going to be like just as good as an identification as a passport? How's that? The key will basically replace a passport. Can civic do that on a legal standpoint? Don't know. Web services. Thanks so much for your insight. Can't sleep tonight. Enjoying your live stream. Well, you're welcome. Anyway, guys, it's time to hit the sack. Oh, gee, Slick, what are you saying here, man? Well, if you had... if I had to go all in on what coin would it be? Me, DigiByte? Oi. Why are you guys asking me this? No, if I had to go all in, it'd be VeChain. Yeah. And then after that, probably DigiByte. Okay? If I had to go all in. Because VeChain Thor can also be used, and it's designed to be used actually as a currency. Huh, did you know that? Check them out, do your research. As a stable currency, let's put it that way. Ooh. So VeChain is definitely in the currency run. It just hasn't risen its head for that yet. It doesn't have as wide a distribution as DigiByte has. If all hell breaks loose, DigiByte. If all hell doesn't break loose, VeChain. Okay? That's a better way to put it. And Bitcoin, of course. Bitcoin, everybody has Bitcoin, right? If not, why not? Yeah, Mr. DCY brings up a good thing. Hope DigiByte will have staking. POW is environmental issue. Too much energy needed. Yeah, it does take energy. That's for sure. That's one of its benefits, though, too, is that it's actually a transformation of actual work, i.e., energy, into some type of valuation. One of the huge benefits of VeChain is that it's proof of authority. And so it's very, very, very green. And, yeah, I mean, it's literally, it's if you're choosing between the two, it's whether you think the world's going to go all to hell or not. Yeah, but, yeah, energy, yeah, that could be a big thing in the future. Oh, and Dance is going to get a pack of beer. Can you put that on the blockchain? And I think I have a beer wallet. Anyway. Anyway, guys, I got to take off. So, you have a good one, and take it easy So catch you later. Bye.